Hey folks, thanks for watching. Today is a good day, like every day that we get to watch Manifold TCG. This is the Promotional League, this is round of 32, the Group 3 Rebound match, which means neither of these players got the result that they wanted in round 1, and now they are here scrapping to see who gets to survive. I am Brad, with me here is Adam. Adam, what do we got today?
All right, we've got Lucinda versus Brian. Starting off with Lucinda's deck, we've got Athena and Ramuh. For a red-green structures deck that's leaning a lot more into the Eidolons, the green ethereal structures, than some other versions of Athena structures decks. So we've got a bunch of Eidolon synergies like Leyline of Great Rest, Roaring Fire, Oasis Mystic, stuff like that. And really it's just a bunch of big chunky pieces and some cheaper interaction to fill in the gaps.
And in this deck, Ramuh is putting his white counters on things that allow him to produce Modify. We got to see scrappy decks earlier, and we got to see them fall apart when good uses for energy, when the Jaliah goes away. Lucinda doesn't have that problem. Both Modify and Resolve Dice, as though they showed physical damage, are powerful abilities that are going to let her drive this advantage to the end of the game.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the table, we've got Brian. Brian is playing Ra'vaun and Jaliah. We've seen Jaliah in red, but now we get to see Jaliah in green. What does green give us?
Yeah, so green has a bunch of cool dice counter synergies cards like Surging Euphoria and Hilltop Astronomer. And those are going to pair really nicely with the Animus Golem, Continued Training, Energy Retracer, Prolific Tutor type cards in yellow. So Jaliah gets to put dice counters on your guys, but also has an excellent energy ability. And Ra'vaun gets to discard cards from the top of people's decks, but also has an excellent energy ability. So no matter who Lucinda decides to go after first, Brian's going to be finishing out the game with a good energy ability one way or another.
All right, looks like our players are at the table. Let's get to the match.
All right, we're down here at the table. Lucinda's at the top of your screen. Brian is at the bottom. And while they're shuffling up and getting ready, it'd really help us if you guys hit the like and subscribe buttons below this video. If you like Manifold, and if you're watching this video, you probably do, it's in your best interest to have as many people play the game as possible, and that's what this whole promotional series is for.
And far be it for us to ask you to hit like before you've actually watched the video. Maybe you don't like it yet, but let's be real. At the end of this video, you're going to ravenously flick over to the next one, and you're going to forget to like this one.
Yeah,
so might as well just hit that button now, get all the problems out of the way.
Yeah, and when we tell you in the next video to like, then you should do it then.
Yeah, and then you don't have to remember, oh crap, I got to go back to the previous video. Anyway, looks like Brian won the die roll.
Yeah. Brian's going to start off here with a Hilltop Astronomer.
Hilltop Astronomer is a real pet card of mine. This guy rolls a purple dice on his own, and when you activate him, you can pick him up, and you can put a black counter on either an Eidolon or another support character you control.
Yeah.
It's really fun to just have that delayed investment. He gets to do his cool thing, not on the turn that you paid for him.
Yes, exactly. Meanwhile, Druid of Wilting Ferns on Lucinda's side is one of my pet cards. I think this guy is excellent, even though Brad doesn't put him in many decks.
Lucinda had a really unfortunate result in game 1. Because she just played a pile of Druid of Wilting Ferns, and they don't make more dice.
Yeah, you want like one. One is great.
Oh, and here, we talked about it last time.
This is the thing.
Man, I should have gone into my rant. So, Druid of Wilting Ferns is actually in 3 decks in the round of 32, which is crazy because this card doesn't appear in our local meta at all.
Card's great.
And a big part of what this is doing is being the 7th through 9th Druid to enable your Leyline of Great Rest.
Yeah.
Because this guy is going to, it arrives, it exhausts the Druid, and it
rolls purple-yellow.
And then you can activate it to roll blue-purple. So that Druid kind of rolled 2 premium dice this round.
Yes, it was very, very good. And Athena's trigger here will activate Ramuh, putting the white counter on the Leyline of Great Rest.
Boy, howdy. Lucinda didn't get any of her synergies in game 1, and here she is, right at the beginning of the game, showing you exactly what her deck was designed to do.
This is the thing. Yep. So she's going to roll Ramuh's dice, she's going to roll Leyline of Great Rest dice, and she does have a 2 mental damage just off the edge of the screen right there. Unfortunately, we don't see that, but that's okay.
And Brian's like, really? All that? You did all that?
Whole bunch of stuff. Athena's really cool. So on Brian's side, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so Lucinda has spent all of her gems. She's not going to be killing this Animus Golem this round, which means it's Animus Golem stacking time. We've got
Animus Golem, sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to
no, no,
interrupt you.
you're good. Yeah.
Whenever you put a dice counter on Animus Golem, you double the number of dice counters. Brian doesn't have any more gems, but he's got 2 latent sources of counters here. The Hilltrap Astronomer can put 2 black counters on it, and Jaliah can put 2 presumably green counters on it.
probably green counters. Yeah,
So
well, it could be purple, actually, no. Because with that Hilltrap Astronomer rolling purple, then...
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah, purple dice are better than green dice, in my opinion.
Yeah, so Lucinda came out swinging. Brian's coming out swinging.
This game's going to be sweet.
God, this is so great, because both of these players had just stumbled and slogged through their first round, and so getting to see them both burst out of the gates and like, look what I can do. No, look what I can do.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm so here for it. So Hilltop Astronomer will be activated and bounce itself to put 2 black counters on this Animus Golem. And on the other side, Lucinda will make her last dice. It looks like she doesn't have much damage, but she'll be able to resolve dice as though they showed physical damage. She'll be able to modify. She's got a bunch of options here.
Yeah, so, there's only a single 2 mental showing there, but if you do the math, she's doing like 10 damage this round.
Yeah. Just using that white energy to resolve the 2 shield and 2 draw as physical damage is great. Brian will put 2 purple counters. Yeah, 2 purple counters on the Animus Golem. We got a 5 dice Animus Golem in round 1. When's the last time you saw that?
I'm pretty sure the answer is literally never. I think this is the biggest round 1 Animus Golem that we've ever seen.
Yeah, Hilltop Astronomer is one of the incredibly few ways to make that happen. You've got like back alley deal.
First Life's Gift, but that puts white counters on it, which actually would look pretty sweet in this deck.
That would look pretty sweet in this deck. But that's pretty...
Is that it? It can't be it. You can do like Magnite Student.
Yeah, there might be like 1 or 2 more ways to do it. But the point is, this is awesome.
Yeah. Who cares what can happen? This is happening.
Yes. All right, so how much damage is Brian going to do? We've got 3 damage and some modify. 5 damage, sorry.
And this energy, again, has a lot of potential. It can be white-white.
Or black-black.
Black-black, thank you. It can be black-black. It can be purple. It actually can't be purple right now because there isn't an event in anyone's discard.
Yeah, for Ra'vaun's energy ability. Let's see what Lucinda is cooking up over there. It looks like this is a... Was that a reorganize or was that a modify?
That was a modify too.
That was a modify too. Okay, great.
Yep. So one of the things that Brian's deck is still going to struggle with, which every Animus Golem deck ever struggles with, is he doesn't have any blue dice, so he can't actually shield the Golem.
Yes.
Which means going into next round, Lucinda's going to have plenty of opportunities to kill this before it gets to run away.
Yeah.
But oh man, if Lucinda doesn't have a removal spell for this Golem,
then we're going to have a fun game.
Yeah, that could be a real tall Golem.
Yes, it could. So we've got some modify here into damage on Brian's side. And Lucinda's probably just going to start resolving damage.
Yeah, she's got 3 actions of damage because you're going to do mental and then physical and then energy. She's already shielded and she actually has a shield in her pocket. So Brian actually needs some pretty decent rolls here in order to be able to get a reasonable amount of damage through.
And Jolly's energy ability here will roll black and not come up with all that much.
Yeah, the 1 modify is plenty useful, but Brian could get a lot out of a reroll here if he chose to go that direction.
I agree. Modifying to 2 damage here on Brian's side. And Lucinda is probably going to energy. No, she's going to spend her 3 draw to draw 3 cards.
So in case it's not clear, a reason why a reroll here is particularly powerful for Brian is he's about to throw 3 instances of 2 into shields, and all of those are just breaking his teeth.
Yeah.
If he re-rolls these black dice, every 1 that he finds counts for 2 because it trades out with a shield and leaves him a 2 mental damage in his pool to resolve.
Yep. And it looks like he's going to start doing that. So a re-roll. Oh, no. That's not a great re-roll. It might be worth 1 more. Like that Hilltop Astronomer maybe is enough to tactical re-roll, but...
That's another fun thing about Hilltop Astronomer is it gives you a way to spend your gems. I guess he only has 2 green now, so he can't play 2 Hilltop Astronomers in round 1.
Yep.
In round 1, sorry. Together in round 2.
Yes.
But
okay, Lucinda's going to take the shield or take off a shield and then immediately dig in. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. I was rambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian was so close to getting a lot of damage through.
Yeah.
But those black dice they did not work for him, and
Did
it
not
didn't come
line up.
together.
Yeah.
And you know what? He got 3 in.
Yeah.
He's not really behind.
It's 3-6. It's fine.
And Leyline of Great Rest has already been its best.
Yes.
It's worse this round than it was last round.
Yes. Yes, it is. So Lucinda is going to be our starting player here because she dug in round 1. And let's see what she starts off with. It looks like a rapid deployment.
Which, critically, is not killing the Animus Golem.
Yes, it really isn't. So rapid deployment here puts a blue counter on a character. It's probably putting it on Ramuh based on how she's pointing to things. Yep. And then Athena's trigger will immediately activate Ramuh, which will activate Ramuh's trigger, which will put a white counter on probably the ley line, maybe the rapid deployment, depending on what she wants. Either it's an ethereal support.
So when you start learning Manifold, you'll hear over and over, players take one action at a time. Well, Lucinda's deck goes a really long way towards violating that rule.
Yeah, Athena specifically does a lot of work towards triggering multiple times in a round and activating stuff in a weird order.
And especially now that there's rapid deployments in play.
Yeah.
Lucinda's very likely to dig in because she has all this bonus tempo.
Yeah.
And that provides her with more tempo and more opportunities to activate her whole things first. So we're going to get to see if it is a close game. Lucinda's going to be pretty advantaged in that. Okay, that was neat.
Yeah, that's very neat. So rapid deployment we'll talk about at the start of the next round. For now, Brian's going to activate Jaliah, rolling 2 green dice and a white, and immediately getting rid of those green dice in favor of 2 green counters on Animus Golem. And Lucinda will respond by not killing the Animus Golem. So we get to keep having fun.
But if I'm not mistaken, those 2 green dice that she removed was showing 4 mental damage?
It was 2 draw and 2 damage, I think.
Okay. So 4, dice face 4.
Yeah, it was good dice.
It was a costly investment.
Yes,
but you're just going to make those dice again, and they might be just as excellent now.
Yes, that's the hope at least. So Roaring Fire played for Lucinda will activate Athena using her own trigger. And then Roaring Fire, when activated next activation, will activate something else. Lucinda's deck is really good at activating a bunch of things at once. Okay, so Brian will respond with a Wasteland Requiem, putting 2 yellow counters on Animus Golem.
And we know he still has a Horizon Scholar in his hand, so this golem can get even taller.
Hilltop Astronomer?
Hilltop Astronomer.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Same vibes, I guess. 2 yellow counters here on the Animus Golem. This is getting to be a big Animus Golem.
It's at 9 dice right now?
9 dice, yeah. That's so many dice. I wonder how big it gets. Because Lucinda's not killing it. She would
not
have
this round.
She would have like oxidized it or whatever if she had that in her hand.
Yeah.
Which means she doesn't have it in her hand now, which means she's even more likely to not have it in her hand next round. Yeah.
All right, so all the tempo applications of Surging Euphoria they're not all present here because he's putting the 2 red counters on the golem.
Yeah.
Which means he only activates 1 object here.
Okay. You're paying 3 gems for 2 red counters and an activation.
Yeah.
This is great.
And this is 11 dice.
This is 11 dice.
This is so many dice that he needs to grab subsets of them and roll them.
Oh, this is awesome. Yeah.
I think we're missing 2?
The yellow.
Black? 2 black.
2 black dice. Yep. And the white. The white that it rolls naturally.
Oh, right, because Jaliah had made that first white.
Exactly. This is a whole pile of... This isn't a whole pile of damage.
This is 2 damage.
Wow.
But it's so much potential. There's so many...
Yeah.
There's 3 blank dice for you to reroll. There's plenty of powerful dice for you to modify. You have a sabotage.
And Brian's making 3 more premium dice this round.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a lot. So in this game, Lucinda has a really strong board, and in terms of just like a bunch of different objects that roll a bunch of dice, and she's got the tempo in her deck, but she's facing up against the biggest Animus Golem you've ever seen, and so if she can find removal, she suddenly becomes by far the favorite. I mean, by maybe not. I don't know how by far exactly, but Brian's entire board state is this Animus Golem, and so how this goes for Lucinda is going to be incredibly important. Like the start of next round. Can she kill the Animus Golem is one of the most important questions in this game.
Yeah, we haven't seen an Animus Golem quite this all in. I don't think we've seen an Animus Golem this all in win a game.
I agree.
Because usually the reason you get here is because you're behind and you're desperate and you're, greedy.
Yeah.
But I mean, Brian is showing us that like, if you just do it to start the game, your opponent hasn't gotten to sculpt their hand yet.
Yes.
Right? This is when they're least likely to answer your golem.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Ra'vaun here will discard the top card of one of these players' decks with his trigger. It'll hit Lucinda's Diplomatic Meeting. Lucinda's going to deal 4 more damage here to Jaliah. And then she's got a bunch of shields.
For better or for worse, we're talking about how excited we are about how next round is going to go. All the gems are done. We still get to see the dice dance this round.
Absolutely. Brian doesn't have much damage yet, but he has a ton of potential, like you said. I don't think that Jaliah is dying this round, luckily for Brian.
So Lucinda has a modify 1 and a red dice. There's absolutely a world where she tried to get aggressive and modified out of these shields.
Sure.
And I think if she thinks she's losing, she should do that.
Okay.
I don't know if she should think that she's losing. But I would suggest that the fact that she seems ready to trade off these shields means she doesn't think she's losing. She feels comfortable with the position she's in.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. You're right. Brian is going to modify into modify 2 so that now he can modify 3. There's a really neat thing here where tactical rerolls eat your hand in order to make your dice better, theoretically, hopefully better, right? But if you're not willing to discard cards out of your hand, your dice that are modifying into modify 2 and then modify 2 into modify 2 and something else. Brian's eating away at his dice output potential this round.
Yeah, you're going towards the mean of possible outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
You're not chasing after your ceiling.
Yeah, which isn't the worst thing if he has a good hand. The thing that I want to caution people about is when you're deciding to tactical reroll, think about whether you're actually going to play the cards that you're discarding. If you have 9 cards in hand, you're probably not playing them all. A tactical reroll is probably okay.
Yeah, it's very hard to turn cards into dice or turn them into damage without spending gems.
Yes.
And a tactical reroll is the way that you get to do that.
Yep.
It can be really hard in round 2 to forecast what you're going to do in round 4.
Yes.
But the other detail is if you are going to modify and tactical reroll, you usually want a tactical reroll first.
Yes, I agree.
So it looks like Brian is not going to be tactically re-rolling here.
Yep. So he's going to be trading a couple 1 damages here into shields. He's got a rend 1, and it looks like he's just going to resolve out the rest of his dice as a draw, take off that shield, and hit Athena for 4.
Yeah, which he's still behind in the damage race, and given that you found this pretty epic Animus Golem, not having converted that into a tremendous amount of damage is kind of disappointing.
Yeah. That's what next round's for.
Yeah, every time that you let Lucinda ready her objects, there's another chance that your Animus Golem dies.
Yes, I agree. So damage here will take off Athena's shield. She'll dig in, take off the shield, and then hit for 2 damage.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Brian had a lot of opportunities to get much greedier with his rerolls.
Yeah. And I think that's really the thing, right? Number of tactical rerolls is the way that he could have gotten more or different outcomes that round.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of new players will struggle with is clearly you want to accumulate resources so you have more options.
Yeah.
And the forecasting and the hand sculpting and figuring out what resources do you actually need and which ones are you actually going to use is a tremendous skill in Manifold that doesn't appear in a lot of other TCGs.
That's true.
Because in most TCGs, it's like, do I have cards in hand, yes or no?
Yes.
Not which cards in my hand am I going to use?
And which cards in my hand am I going to use this round versus I might use next round, so maybe I don't need to keep right now.
Yeah, much like the dice, everything is probabilities, and you almost never get binary answers.
Yeah. So at the start of this round, Lucinda dug in, and she has rapid deployment. Rapid deployment lets her activate something at the very start of the round, which is going to be this roaring fire, which will activate the Leyline of Great Rest. And then with her actual first turn, looks like she's going to play another Leyline of Great Rest, exhaust the Druid of Wilting Ferns, Athena trigger, activate Ramuh, just like she did in round 1.
So that's
okay. She's just adding more stats.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dice.
We're just going
round 1.
Yeah, sky high.
First action, 12 dice.
Yeah.
What do you got? And Brian's gonna activate the Animus Golem for a measly 11, which is probably not true, right? Lucinda did anything other than kill Animus Golem.
Yeah.
So Brian is now going to make Animus Golem taller,
even
I
bigger.
presume. Yeah. Right up until Lucinda draws her next card, Brian can guess that Animus Golem is safe.
Yeah, I agree. And importantly, Lucinda rolled 3 damage, which means that kills Jaliah, which means Jaliah probably has to get activated right now if she's going to activate this game.
Yeah. Yep. And Brian had a Engulfing Stone in his hand. And that's a good way to put more counters on the Golem. But if you're doing that, you don't do it right now because you want to use Jaliah first.
Yep.
But it's yeah, okay, great. He sees it. It's very common for you to have a plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shield my Animus Golem.
Right.
And that plan to cause you to miss details like if I don't activate Jaliah right now, she dies.
Right.
So good on Brian to see that and to get his full yield here.
Yep. So Jaliah will immediately just turn those 2 green dice, which was 4 draw, straight into 2 more green counters on Animus Golem.
Yeah, so this is the second time that Jaliah has converted Dice Face 4 into a counter.
And when it's 4 draw, that makes plenty of sense. If it was 4 mental damage, I think that's probably worth keeping around because those are the best sides on your green dice.
Yeah, anyway. But even then, converting 2 dice into counters tends to be good if you're going to use those counters twice.
Sure.
But Animus Golem makes it double now, right? So you lose your reroll equity, or we don't quite have the theory to describe exactly what that value is called and how it exists yet.
Yes.
But you get your raw dice back immediately.
Yeah. So, how is Brian going to add to his Animus Golem this round?
Oh my god, is this guy getting taller?
I think this guy's getting taller.
Well, he's almost certainly getting the Engulfing Stone,
Yeah.
which shields him. Which is huge.
Yeah, really important. 1, 2, 3 gems. Engulfing Stone will put 2 blue counters on the Animus Golem and a shield. I don't know how relevant it is, but it looks like he's using one of his topazes, which means he won't have the gems for Energy Retracer later on this round if he happens to draw them or have them, which is probably okay. But man, imagine this round being Engulfing Stone Energy Retracer.
Yeah, retrace your purple dice.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, this game is excellent.
Yeah, both players are out swinging.
Yes. So Ancient Awakener here on Lucinda's side will ready the Roaring Fire, which when activated will activate the Leyline of Great Rest.
Oh, something's dying to this landslide.
What are we landsliding? It's got to be the
ley line.
Yeah. It's got to be the ready Leyline. That's awesome.
There's a chance that he's like, the tempo on that Roaring Fire is too spooky.
Oh.
The tempo on the rapid deployment is too spooky?
I guess.
Neat. So one of the things about Magnate Studios and rapid deployment and tactical brilliance is a big part of their price is the premium counter that they provide.
Yes.
And that premium counter went on Ramuh and did not go away to this landslide.
And won't die when Athena dies. It's here for the entire game.
Yeah, and so Brian spent a lot of gems here to nip away at an entire action from Lucinda every round, but not end dice yield.
Yes, it's not actually stopping anything that was going to happen. It's going to slow her down by 1 activation. And in a world where he's making 13 dice off this Animus Golem, I don't think 1 activation is really the thing.
I mean that might be exactly what makes it the thing, right? If you're this is actually 15 dice. This is Brian's 1 mental, so I hope he keeps it.
Yes,
it came off of Jaliah.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I guess.
Right, because we talk quite a bit about striking distance. We've been using this word a whole lot in this group. So you've been watching this group, you've heard us talk about striking distance.
Yeah.
That's how much damage can you do quickly to kill your opponent in a round where both players are going to win the game
Yeah, imagine
before we need to make all our dice and do all our weird stuff.
imagine both players are at 4 health. How do you make 4 damage right now? And how good is your deck at making 4 damage right now?
And the amount of damage that the Animus Golem can make right now
Is insane.
is like 12.
Yeah. And if you factor in like 1 modify, it's astronomical.
But Lucinda's been doing exactly that as well, right?
Yes.
She's kind of taking 3 actions to start every round.
Yeah.
She's making a huge number of dice. There might not be another round. Look at Lucinda's dice.
Yeah, she needs to find 16 damage. She's got 6 already, plus any amount of energy resolving as physical damage.
Yep. So the modify puts her up to 10, and the energy, just based on what we see right now, goes up to 13.
Yeah, if she just resolves all that out without any tactical rerolls, you're right.
Now there's a sabotage and a shield.
Sure.
So like Brian has some way to fight back, and if he really decides to, he can modify into more defensive options.
Yes.
Man,
wow. This is a lot.
Whew.
And Brian still has 3 premium dice to create, just like last round.
Yep.
There we go. Yep. So Ra'vaun here, it looks like he's going to add red purple. Honestly, Ra'vaun discarding the top card of your player's deck isn't really the thing this game.
Yeah, that's come up 0 times, I think.
Yeah.
Brian has been entirely an Animus Golem deck this game.
Rolling 2 damage and a modify is real good for Ra'vaun. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, assuming Brian lives long enough to resolve all his dice, which I do think is going to happen. I don't think Brian dies this round.
I agree. Shield and Sabotage are both pretty good options here.
He's gonna defeat Athena, almost certainly.
Yeah.
He's gonna do a reasonable chunk to Ramuh, but Lucinda might like literally defeat him with her first action in the next round. Oh no, the rapid deployment is gone.
That's the landslide.
Yeah, so literally Brian will get to take an action next round.
Yeah, and that might be okay. Killing the rapid deployment might literally be the entire game.
And it's instead of 2 premium dice this round, or it gave Lucinda 2 premium dice this round, right?
Right.
So if those 2 premium dice
and a boon
end the game this round, there was a boon dice on the deployment too.
Sure. You're right.
So those 2 premium dice end the game for Lucinda. That was also the entire game.
I suppose that's true.
Oh man, it's so cool how those decisions matter. Because I don't know if you could hear when, by the noises Adam and I made, we did not think that was a good decision when Brian made it.
Yeah.
But now that we're talking about it, that's pretty justifiable.
The more you talk it through, the more reasonable it looks. So that 4 modify on Brian's side, I believe, has been resolved and isn't actually there anymore.
He didn't go into more shields or more sabotage.
He modified. Yeah. Somehow the red shield went away and the blue dice became a shield. Right?
Yeah.
So that was part of that modify. Let's see. He's still got energy to roll purple off of Ra'vaun if he wants to. But it looks like he's just going to be resolving out the rest of his damage. Okay.
Yeah, so right now, Lucinda has 16 damage.
Crazy.
But she needs to do 20 to get through Brian's defenses.
Yeah. That's true. It's a lot. So modify for Lucinda here. We'll modify, what was that, 3 or 4?
I think that was 4. Yep, that's all 4. These blanks.
Yep.
Unless she chooses to do things with premiums instead of boons.
Yeah, but for when you talk, one of these is allowed to be a boon dice or 2 of these actually, because they're just going to be going into shields. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she'll modify into 8 damage here.
Yeah, because you can also energy resolving that energy as damage. Oh, when I did my damage math, I didn't consider that energy was also modify. I was treating it all like resolve as physical damage.
Sure.
That might mean there's actual lethal here.
Yeah.
Well, what is that? That's 8, 14, 15, 16, 17. Beats 2 shields and does 13. No, I think Brian lives here.
Okay. 9 damage to Athena is the right number. Good work. which is conveniently all of his mental damage. That's actually really nice.
Yeah, that works out quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really nice for Brian if he also got to dig in, because
Yes.
he needs the turn to activate his Animus Golem.
Yes. And there's a world where, like we said before, both players are at 4. Whoever goes first that round, that matters a lot.
Yep. And Lucinda's plus tempo because Roaring Fire generates additional activations, but just none of her activations compare to the Golem.
No, not even close. Her entire board barely compares to the Golem. I mean, it compares, but it's the whole board compared to one object, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lucinda's whole board is rolling 9 premium dice.
There we go. Wasteland Requiem will roll his one blank dice. Good work, buddy. Lucinda will modify again into damage, and now she's got take off your shield, hit you for 8, assuming Brian doesn't do anything about it, but he's got shield and sabotage.
Yeah, if Brian doesn't do anything about it, I think that was a suspicious decision.
Well, yeah, I'm not actually suggesting that's what's going to happen. I just mean...
But the more you talk about it, the more defensible it gets.
All I mean is Lucinda is knocking on Brian's door.
Yeah.
With, so sabotage here will take out 2 of the damage. 1 damage will take off Ra'vaun's shield, which will immediately get shielded back.
So it's hard to see sometimes in the whole big dance. I think activating that Wasteland Requiem and rolling that blank cost Brian the dig in.
Yes, I agree. That's a full action. Yeah, assuming he wants to get his damage in, which he needs to do.
Wow.
Oh, man. Is Brian going to... Oh, what are we doing? What's he going to do?
I think we're at the point of the game where Brian knows how many rounds there are left.
Yes.
I think now finally Brian is comfortable forecasting how the rest of this game is going to go. He knows the rest of his hand doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He wants to actually use these 4 dice.
Yes, I agree. Whoa! That's maximum damage off of those. That's a good reroll.
Yeah, and this energy is a purple dice.
Yes, it is. That's real nice.
So it was looking like Brian was going to be at 4 and Ramuh was going to be at 12.
Yeah.
Now it's looking like Brian's going to be at 4 and Ramuh's going to be at 8.
Yeah,
maybe less.
like
maybe
that.
6.
Yeah.
The dig-in does matter.
Yes.
So much.
Yep.
Because going first matters so much. Getting my shield matters so much. Denying you your shield matters so much.
Yep. This land site will go on the bottom of the deck, and because it was an event, Ra'vaun will roll a purple dice. And it's a 2 damage. That's so good.
Yeah, that so makes up for what happened in round 1 with those black dice.
Yeah. So, okay. So Ra'vaun is at 4.
Oh, boy.
Damage, take off your shield. Shield, damage, take off your shield. Dig in, damage, take off your shield. It looks like Ramuh's going to go into the next round at 8 health.
And so, I've said this several times. Lucinda's plus tempo. But her tempo is... blue dice and purple dice and white dice.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't have a bunch of red dice. She's not going to activate her Roaring Fire, activate her Ley Line, and present lethal. She can, right? The red and the blue can both show 2 damage.
Yeah, like
but those are low probability results.
So I think her best first play, unless she has like something that's not important. Her best activation, right? Yeah. Haunting Winds.
Yeah.
Her best activation here is going to be Roaring Fire, Ley Line. And that rolls 5 dice. But like you said, it's not excellent at showing damage.
Yep. And if a blue dice shows 2 physical damage,
sure.
Suddenly that can steal the game.
Yes.
Right. That's 17% to happen.
Yeah.
God, this is why dice games are so cool. Because you have no idea what's going to happen. Yeah, both players are going to do lethal this round.
Yes.
But time is all that matters.
Yeah, and we're not walking into this round like, okay, well, this person's up 4 points and there's 3 points maximum scoreable by this other player, so we're locked out or anything like that.
Yeah.
Anything can happen here based on these dice. But it's still within the like bounds of reasonable probability. So like it's not just random. It's
when you roll a bunch of low value dice, the randomness goes away.
Yeah. Okay. So none of that is damage.
None of that is damage.
And those modifies don't modify into immediate lethal damage.
Brian's doing anything other than activating his golem.
Okay, what is he playing? What is he doing? It has to be better than just make a million dice. Can it be better than make a million dice? I'm so worried. What are we doing?
Well, that's pretty good.
Okay. Energy Retracer is going to... But it won't be hitting damage.
Yeah, it will be hitting damage potential created from the modify action. Lucinda will at some point have to take the modify action.
Okay.
And he is making that worse.
So this is 4 red dice. So this is making the Animus Golem more likely to roll lethal damage.
So the Animus Golem is at 17 dice?
None. Yeah, 17 dice.
It would be so funny now if Lucinda says meltdown.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't do that first.
Witchfire Oxidize.
Oh. Okay, this is an Animus Golem played on round 1. Just pumped all game.
All the way.
Surviving all game.
Almost every gem has been put into this Animus Golem. It's still not dead.
There's no damage.
And Ramuh isn't the big dice, right? Right. If Lucinda really wanted to try to... I mean, I guess it's still blue, premium. Purple. Yeah, okay, never mind. Don't...
But importantly, he now has enough blue dice that he can... Lucinda.
Yeah.
Lucinda can resolve this modify 2 in order to find 4 physical damage.
Yes.
So Brian's under the gun. He has 2 actions. He's allowed to take 1 action that doesn't put him into a game-winning position or protect his Ra'vaun.
It has to be activating Animus Golem. Yeah, okay, good.
Good, boy. 17 dice.
That's nuts. Okay. And the options are endless, right? It could just roll 12 physical damage. It could roll some shields and sabotages off of those yellow dice, right?
That's 2 damage and 2 sabotage?
Yeah, that's huge. No, that's a rend. Okay. Yeah. So 2 damage, and that's
this close. Is the meat.
Okay, there's 5 damage.
That's 5 damage
that's not
and physical.
Enough. We need 8.
There's at least 2.
Yeah, so 2 more damage.
Yeah, so that's 7 over 2 actions still.
Yes.
You don't have 2 actions.
There's 8 damage.
There's 8 in 2 actions. You don't have 2 actions. Lucinda can modify into lethal here.
If she does.
Then you have a sabotage. Yeah. Then she has to activate something.
And she has a shield, for what it's worth.
Then you might have 2 actions.
Yeah, we're...
This is a good one.
It's a good one, yeah. All right, so Lucinda's going to add more dice? No? Maybe not.
Does she have any tempo? See. It takes... This is on such a knife's edge.
Oh, yeah.
Any card... Any event in Lucinda's hand that she decides to play right now probably wins the game. There's not very many things that she could choose to play that aren't good enough to tip this balance.
She actually wants to play. Oh, man.
Did she leave? Come back! No, we must know.
Neat.
Oh, man. Okay, so Lucinda has 8 gems available.
Yes.
Search and destroy, sabotaging 2 would take away sabotage. That's not, we wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, then we're just like trading back and forth, who has lethal now versus 1 action from now.
Yeah. Is there anything that you might really do here that isn't modify into physical?
So if she does, then then Brian's able to sabotage 2 physical.
Okay, so there is a reason to do something else.
Yes, because she then isn't very likely to immediately roll more physical damage. She's more likely to roll mental damage.
Okay.
Or, well, equally likely, I suppose.
So she's making more dice first,
yes.
which gives...
Because if she hits damage, that's everything.
But if she doesn't hit 4 damage, she's back to giving...
Modify 2 is...
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So... Modify 4 into a bunch of damage.
Then Brian kills her, right? It's too late. Brian's going to resolve 5, then resolve 3. Oh, but she also has a shield.
Exactly. Both of these players need to figure out just one more piece of the puzzle.
So now...
I mean, Brian just modifies into, sabotage damage, right?
That... Maybe just sabotage, because it also gets the shields?
Well... Yeah.
But then Lucinda just resolves a shield, and then he needs 1 more damage. Okay, so 1 sabotage, 1 damage. Okay, I'm on board. That makes sense.
Okay. Roll. I think that's better than. So yeah, this endgame stuff is very.
Okay, he's just gonna force. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. So Brian's gonna force 5 damage through here. Lucinda's Ramuh is down to 3. She will swiftly. She'll use that Druid of Wilting Burns.
Oh, man!
That hasn't gotten activated all game long.
Yep.
Swiftly resolve this modify into lethal damage.
Insane! This is the dream. This is why Druid of Wilting Ferns was printed.
This is what it does.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. Every time it's ever done anything remotely cool, I've been like, oh, we did it. That was cool.
Awesome. That was the way this game ends.
Oh.
So Sabotage Modify 2 was the way to survive there. But both of you and I missed the Druid existence.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But even then, if you sabotage the Modify 2 and then she just modifies into lethal, you're out of tricks.
Sure.
Oh.
Wild. Well, that was a good one.
Oh, that was the rebound match?
Yeah.
So Lucinda has to win another round in order to get out of this group.
Does.
Holy cow.
Nice.
Brian, that was awesome. Thank you so much for playing this tournament and showing us that Animus Golem.
Yes.
Oh man, we'll look forward to seeing you again in season 2, but unfortunately Brian's tournament is over.
Yes, but Lucinda still gets to fight on and try to get out of this group.
So Lucinda's going to be playing against, are we saying that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, she's playing against LL in the
Yep.
Survivor match.
Yep, and that'll be the next video, right? Yeah. We'll see you there.
Thanks for watching.